Peace. What's good? How y'all doing? This is Zaza Ali. Today is Tuesday, January 30th, 2024. I pray that this message reaches you all in the best of health, spirit, and mind. I'm doing very well. Thank you for inquiring. I am doing this video in particular for those of you who have purchased or pre-ordered your copy of Ancient People, a social studies and history textbook. This is going to be a brief video to update you on the status of pre-print production as well as when your order will be shipped. And I'm going to send this link to those of you who have sent me an email or perhaps a message online just to lessen my workload. So I got a very overwhelmingly positive response from the video of me sort of unveiling the book for the first time. I had actually just picked up the final proofs from my mailbox. I was sitting in my car. I was completely overwhelmed and excited at how beautiful the books turned out to be. It was a real moment for me. And so the energy that you guys felt in that experience was very authentic and raw and real, and the response of positivity that I got was extremely overwhelming, very exciting and inspiring, and it made me I really made sure that all T's have been crossed, the I's have been dotted to deliver this book to you guys in perfection. But in that video, like I said, I just got the final print proof. So there are a few things that I still need to clean up on the paperback in particular. We had to order a thicker front and back cover that is also covered in order to, has top coating, in order to sort of give the book, because it's a very large book. And so the covers are basically the outside infrastructure, and they need to be sturdy enough to maintain the book over time with usage. So I am finalizing all of the last aspects of, well, that doesn't need to be finalized, but the internal things that needed to be sort of cleaned up, final corrections, etc. All of that has been done, and we're looking at about 1 week from today to receive the final proofing copy of the paperback, which will be the, total last. There was so little mistakes and errors that had to be fixed in the book. And that's really because I went through an initial extensive editing process in terms of the internal book. And then myself and my printer went through an extensive editing process to make sure that there were as few mistakes as possible. But there were some images that needed to be cleaned up in terms of pixelation. We had a little bit of spacing issues on some of the pages, but it was actually, the internal book was about, I'd say 90% accurate, except for a few minor things. So those things have been cleaned up. We have figured out a better, stronger cover type of paper for the front and back cover of the paperback. And I should have the final proof for that within a week today. And then your orders will be shipping out. Today is, January 30th, 3 weeks from today. You should be expecting to get an email with confirmation on your shipping status. If you chose a more expedited version of shipping, then it will be expedited at that time. But yeah, that's where things stand right now. And if you have any questions about your order, send an email to admin@zazaali.com. And just to update, everyone who kind of may not have been seeing me posting all of the different ads and images of the internal book. This book is 349 pages. It's full color. It's massive. I don't want to start going through the inner pages because I will start talking for too long and then we'll be here for 10 minutes, and I'm not trying to do that. But 349 pages, full color. There are worksheets, vocabulary, spelling, critical thinking, color pages, crossword puzzles, word searches. I mean, I literally tried to make this book a full service history textbook, and I just want to show you guys a couple of images from the inside. This is the first page shot of the book. So as soon as you open it, this is the first thing you see. Shout out to my brother Fuquan for his amazing artwork. I think he has 7 total art images throughout the book, highlighting and emphasizing the beauty of our culture as well as these historic figures. And I'm just going to take you through a couple of pages here. In particular, the table of contents, Hawaii's last monarchy. I'm not going to list everything, but I'll just tap on a couple of things. The Bayonet Constitution, Hawaii's annexation, the Hawaiian Coat of Arms, Captain James Cook, how disease helped destroy the Hawaiian monarchy, ancient Polynesia, Tasmania, Samoa, Fiji, Easter Island. There are more than 450, if I remember at last count, color images all throughout this book. They are proof and verification of everything that is referenced here. I did extensive research making sure that African or melanated or, indigenous scholars had to somehow, one way or another, verify this information in order for them to make it into this book. I'm not saying that I didn't use European references, but those references, particularly from the colleges and universities, those references had to line up with what our scholars and historians have been telling us. So the Moors in Spain, let's see, King Yusuf ruled Spain and Africa, the Great Mosque of Algiers, the Moors in Sicily, Venice, Poland, and Jerusalem. Let's see, the Almohad dynasty, Yaqub al-Mansur, advanced knowledge. The Moors in Spain, I think, maybe the largest chapter. The Kandakis of Ethiopia and Kush. Amenorhanes, Ameneshiketo, Napata, Kush, Sudan, Kerma, Tasseti, the land of the bow, the treasures of Nubia, Meroe, great queens of Ethiopia and Kush, Queen Judith. How many of you guys know the story of the Falasha Jewish warrior queen, Judith? Yes, we talk about it in the book. African presence in Asia. Y'all know I'm a warrior, so I really, really, really enjoyed this section of the book. Sakanuye no Tamu Romaro, as well as his father and his family, as well as Yasuke, the African samurai. They're a very large portion of this chapter, as well as ancient Black China, Fushi Nuwa, the I Ching, Yang Hao culture, the Xia, Shang, and Tang dynasties. As well as a lot more. Pharaoh Hatshepsut, the Hyksos, Amos Nefertari, the 18th dynasty, Hatshepsut's temple, the expedition to the land of Punt, Thutmose III, removing a queen from history, frankincense and myrrh, commercial trade. So yeah, I am very excited to get this book in you guys' hands, and thank you so much for your patience. I really wanted to create something phenomenal, something lasting, something that references cultures and people that we don't have a lot of information on. I mean, 3 of the chapters are about queens. Queen Lili Ukulani of Hawaii, the Kandakis of Ethiopia and Kush, that entire section outside of Haile Selassie, Menelik II, and a few other things. Actually, there's some other kings we reference, but that entire chapter is about queens. And then Pharaoh Hatshepsut is chapter 5, the final chapter, which is all about a queen, as well as her journey, the expedition that she sent down to Punt, and her connection with the queen of that land, which is thought to be modern day Yemen. But anyway, I digress. So 349 pages, full color. The paperback version is $88. The hardcover version is $111. So for those of you who pre-ordered this book very, very early on, I know you've been waiting a long time, but you saved a significant amount of money in the process of me getting this right, perfecting it, etc., etc. Again, I'm at 9 minutes. I said I was going to do 3 minutes. Please forgive me. But those of you who have placed orders, if you have a question about your order, send me an email to admin, ADMIN, at zazaali.com. And I would just please ask, now that we have a timeline in terms of today being the 30th and looking at about 3 weeks from now, just be patient with me. Just give me a little bit of time to get this perfected. I'm literally rounding third base right now, about to slide into home base, and I hit a homer for you guys, and it's so beautiful, and you're gonna love it. Your families are gonna love it. Our people are gonna love it. The world is gonna love it. This is like the epitome to me of doing something for the culture. Hashtag for the culture. And make sure you guys, when you receive your book, that you shout me out online. Help me to get this book out into the world so we can make some noise and take back all of our culture. All right. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your patience. And you can get your copy at my website, zazaali.com. Peace and love.